You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's What Would Ryan Lochte Do After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's What Would Ryan Lochte Do After Show.
Woo! Love that song. Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of What Would Ryan Lochte Do on AfterBuzz TV. And it's What Would Ryan Lochte Do in Politics?
I don't know, Naz.
I have no idea.
So exciting.
I still don't know, actually.
My name's Naz Perez, and you can find me on Twitter at Naz Perez. And Jeff, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey Masters, and I'm tweeting from Jeff Masters 1.
And I'm Alex Schiffman. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Alex Schiffman. Threw it in there. Real quick.
Nice. Bing is for doing, and we are not doing this song anymore because it's just going on forever. And it's getting louder.
That's a beautiful song.
All right, so let's start off. I really, really liked this episode because I feel like Ryan, we saw a charitable, softer side of Ryan. And I feel like last episode I was kind of like hating on him and I was like, oh my God. But I think I'm falling in love with Ryan Lochte.
I don't know if you guys remember. Is that a
Wait, can you do Wait. Take that back one second. No way. Oh my God, I can't wait to go and push that button
Ryan
after the
Lochte
show.
Here in the AfterBuzz TV studio.
God. I just want to want all you two to take note that in my prediction last episode, I said that we were going to see a softer side of him.
Oh, really?
Oh, did you?
Well, I said something along the I don't know if I said that exactly, but I said something along the lines of that, we see more than just, the unintelligent, as some people say, Ryan Lochte. We see more of, a humble and charitable side. And that's what we saw in this episode.
If we're talking about last episode, I said I peed in the pool and I was a pool peer, and he admitted that this episode. So,
But why do we always talk about peeing in the pool? Like, why is he obsessed with that? Every show. I mean, okay, there's been 2.
There's only been 2, Jeff.
Okay, I just don't know why it's such a big deal and why it keeps being brought up.
Yeah, boy.
I can't.
Me either. Okay, but let's talk about him. He's in D.C. now, which is exciting to see.
Yeah, he's in D.C. and I feel like this episode was, centered around his mom a lot.
Yeah.
And so they go to D.C. and it was nice to see Ryan with his mom. So let's start off at the beginning. So first, he's getting, suited up and ready, and he's in boxers, and his mom's making fun of him. Like, how do we feel about his mom and, their relationship in the beginning of this episode?
I think it's nice. I think she has obviously known him all of his life. She definitely knows how to communicate with him and talk with him and, talk him into doing things. And what am I trying to say? She knows how to, get him to do things.
Yeah. I think Ryan feels comfortable with his mom, as most boys do. They rely on their mother for a lot of things, and then their mothers turn into their wives, and then they rely on their wives for the rest of their lives. See, Ryan's agreeing with me, if you all hear that.
And what Alex means, just to clarify, is that they rely on their mothers, but then they find wives and rely on that, and their mother does not turn into their wife. Just to clarify,
I don't think that's what Alex meant.
No, Jeffrey, what I was saying, as I'll state again, is that, young boys, as they turn into men, they still rely on their mothers for the rest of their life. Well, what are all these side effects? These are crazy.
I don't know.
We're actually in an airplane. Sorry about that.
And we saw this in this episode that he, really relies on his mom for a lot. And at a 28-year-old man should not be relying on his mom, but he didn't even know how to
tie his tie. Yeah, but she didn't know either.
God. Well, I mean, think about it.
No, don't think about it.
Okay, I know how to do a tie. You may know how to do a tie, but we love fashion. We're interested in that. But the normal girl may not know how to do a tie. I know,
but I feel like that's
a man's obligation to know how to tie his tie.
Especially one who's obviously is dressed up before. Looking at him like tie the tie and trying to figure out, I thought he was like being asked how to like solve conflict in like North Korea. And he was like,
think about it. Think about it.
I love those Jeff Master.
Right, and when I first, saw him saying, I don't know how to do a tie, I was like, come on, like every man should know how to do a tie. But then I thought about it and think about it. His whole life is surrounded about being in a Speedo and swimming and casual clothes and being at the pool.
But at the same time, he wants to start this men's fashion line. He's so into men's fashion.
Right.
And you don't know. That's like, that's 101. That's like saying, I don't know how to tie my shoe.
and as an Olympian, you were definitely dressing up and going to nice events and like wearing ties.
Yes.
I wasn't buying it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm sure, but, he's only been at that level for so long. Not that I'm saying, guys, I completely agree with you. I'm just saying, if you take a step back, let's take a step back and think about his life. A lot of it has been spent in casual clothing or in bathing suits. At practice, half of his life is training. So I can understand while he may not be, so professional at tying his tie, but he should know how to tie his tie.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on from the tie subject. So.
Oh, got heated for a second. We're still friends, guys. Don't worry.
So he has his suit on. I love how his mom's like really nervous. She's like, Ryan, you should get something prepared for your speech, and she's kind of on him. And I don't know. I just like to see. She's such a great mom. I think she's so caring, and she just seems like. And he even mentions in the episode that she's like the backbone of the family. But okay, so they get there and then they go sightseeing, and it's just like the cutest thing. It's like he's like on a romantic like adventure with his mom, and they're like holding hands and taking pictures near the Washington Monument.
Yeah, that was cute.
And then he mentioned, well, it was cute until he mentions that he wants to be the first man to pee in the reflection pond.
Yes.
Come on, Lochte.
There it is.
Pool pier team.
He's just a big kid. He's like a 12-year-old going around town with his mom and like taking pictures and peeing in pools.
I love it.
I don't hate it.
Then the best part is when he turns around and sees the Abraham Lincoln statue and he goes, you know why he's my favorite prez? She's like, why? He's like, because he's the only prez that can wear a top hat. Like my accent, by the way.
Swag. Yeah, is that what Ryan talks like?
No, but it's my close enough.
All right.
He's got swag. It's like, yeah, Abraham Lincoln is the swaggiest of all the presidents. For sure, Lochte.
I mean, he's definitely my favorite president. But anyway, so then.
Yeah, but for separate reasons, not because of his top hat.
I don't know. He had swag. He hung out with, the bros.
He freed the black people. What else do you ask for?
Yeah.
I'm going to be real with you. I don't have a favorite president. I'm so sorry. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Chaffee, you? That kind of surprises me. You kind of carry yourself like all.
Thank you so much, Naz.
Whatever number of presidents there are.
46.
So yeah, I was going to say 42.
Well, my favorite president would be George Washington because he's number one. And that's how I live my life.
Mine's JFK because he was married to Jackie O.
Oh, cute.
Duh. All right, okay,
I like that black guy. Oh, Obama, that's his name. I forgot.
Oh my God. So Ryan and his mom, whatever. So then they go sightseeing, and then they're at this bar, which is probably, I think, my favorite part of the episode, is him and his mom are drinking. She's trying to get the J out right, which I don't even know if we have it down packed, but it's kind of hard. But anyway, so then this girl walks up to Ryan. That was kind of weird. She's like walks up out of nowhere, and she's like, "Hey, want to join me and my friends?" Which is kind of ballsy. And then Ryan finds himself at this table, very, very confused and perplexed at what all these DC girls are throwing at them. What'd you guys think of that?
I thought that was probably the most produced moment of the show. Are you serious? That was so planned. Hey, there's a pretty girl. She looks intelligent. Oh, she's a bob. Great. And they bring her over. They make her say, "Hey, come chat with my friends." They're talking about politics. Really? That didn't happen.
It was definitely pre-produced.
She would not approach him.
No. It was definitely pre-produced, but at the same time, even if he was in that situation and it wasn't produced, he'd answer exactly the same way. He sits at the table and he's like, and all they're just throwing out Obamacare and they're throwing out every single political, issue going on in our lives. And he's just like, what is going on? And then he's just like, DC girls, they're just politics.
And it felt like they were grilling him. That wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And that's all they cared about. That's Ryan Lochte. He's so hot.
What do you think about birth control? But it's it's so funny because it's you are in DC. this is the District of Columbia. Like this is where
that
the
what it
White
is?
House is. No, but think about it.
No,
It's
no,
like,
I get
for
it.
him to say like all the girls in DC are all about politics, it's like, what else do you think goes on in DC?
Yeah.
It is all about politics.
But on the other side of that issue, what do you guys think about athletes or just, famous people and politics? Like, do you think that he should have known that stuff? Or you kind of like, I personally don't think that they should have been like, oh my God, he didn't like know anything. And I don't think they did. But if they did, I don't know. He's a swimmer. Like, he shouldn't have to. Well, because some people think that, if you're in the public figure, you have to know everything that's going on.
But that's why I thought it was such like a produced moment from the producers. Because if they'd asked about like politics and he didn't respond, they wouldn't have kept talking about it and like asking more opinions. Like they would have then said, okay, like let's talk about something we have in common, like swimming and I don't know, oxygen. Anything else? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are you inferring that those are the only two things Ryan knows about? Breathing and swimming?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that is an interesting point, Naz, because a lot of celebrities that are in the public eye, they do take a stand in politics. And I think it's important, obviously, for all of us to be aware of what's going on in our lives. Even if he is an athlete, he's still a person. And he's going to get asked that. At the red carpets, like a lot of people, journalists especially, they'll say, like, what do you think about, the Boston Marathon, or they'll bring up those kinds of questions, and like it's his job because he's in the public eye to be aware.
Okay, so I like that.
Yeah.
So you do think that he should have known.
Think that
Do you
he
agree?
should. I think that he should have his own opinion, and he may not be fully aware, but at the same time, like he lives in America. He's in the public eye.
Not only does he live in America, he kind of represents America. And so
Oh
that's
my
where
God,
my
I just got
issue is.
goosebumps. Don't say that. Oh, it feels horrible.
That's where my issue
I can't do
lies.
it.
If he was Lil Wayne, okay, Lil Wayne, you should know a little bit about what's going on, but I'm not going to expect you to know, a little bit more than
Like
the
marijuana
average, which
laws,
is
at
sad
least.
because the average is like kind of down here for America. But Ryan Lochte, you're in the Olympics, and like, you know what I mean? You're in D.C., and I don't know. I mean, they definitely have met Obama before. If you're on the Olympic team, like, you do that stuff. I don't know. I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on that.
But that is important too, because think about it. Like, he says it in this episode, like, how does it feel? People ask him all the time, how does it feel to represent America? And think about it. If you represented America, like, you have to be on your best behavior at times. And I think the show definitely shows him on his best behavior at times. Like when we saw earlier in the episode when he's drunk golfing, and when he's, he's kind of all over the place.
Which is funny, and not to make this we're not going to get into this, but when there's like Miss Universe or Miss America and they do stuff like this or drink or post a picture, they get their crown taken away. But then it's like
when they're drinking,
Ryan's a guy.
Yeah,
I mean, if
there is a
they
fine
do, think
line.
about it. There's been shows where like Miss America or Miss Universe has lived in a house with people and they got a little crazy, and like that's a big no-no. But when it's a guy,
that's funny.
I don't know. It's just a little interesting. Anyway,
Yes.
so Ryan goes back to his mom. So funny. His mom's like chatting it up with the guy to her left, and he's like, "Mom, are you flirting? Like, what are you doing?" And by the way, I love his side part here.
Oh.
That won me over. Jeff, did you like the side part?
Yeah, nice. I thought it was weird that he. I wish I could do that in my hair. I wish I could do that.
No, that's totally
We wish you
right
could
now.
too.
Thanks. I thought it was weird that he left his mom for so long to go talk to those girls too.
He's Ryan Lochte. He's not going to hold his mom's hand the entire time in Washington,
Why not?
D.C.
But they're there together, and like they'll leave her alone.
I don't know. Go Mama Lochte,
Well, she
though.
must be single, because for him to say, "Are you flirting with guys?"
That brings up a good point, Alex.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen the dad or heard of the dad.
Have they mentioned him?
We should probably do research on that.
No, I think he just may opt out of being on the show. That happens a lot.
That's very true.
But at the same time, if he's a large part of his life, it is kind of weird to not see or hear maybe a phone call.
Even with like the family events, like.
And we do
bowling.
know that his dad is in swimming and is some
Yeah.
type of a coach, so his dad has to be somewhere.
Well, maybe we'll learn later on. Hopefully, I'd like to see what he's all about.
Yeah, I'd like to meet Dad.
You have to see both
I
sides
want
of
to see what his dad
Lochte.
looks like. I think I said that last week. Anyways. So yeah, so then his mom's, flirting, and then, they get back together, and he's like, "Mom, come on, like, talk to me. Let's finish our date." And they
That's
finished their
sweet.
date. It was really cute. So after that, we have the charity event.
Yes.
Which I was a little nervous. I felt nervous, when his speech was coming up. I don't know. How did you guys feel?
I was nervous. I was curious to see what would happen, and not to keep like beating the dead horse.
Okay.
But we were talking about like this being some like, you know, heavily produced moments, and he's saying that he like hasn't prepared a speech. Then he has a couple like flashcards of like main points, and then he delivered it, and it was very nice. It was eloquent and like impressive. And I just thought like there was a
is the speech real, or was it written? Like, did he write it, or was it written for him?
I think it was written for him.
Definitely.
You think so?
He had his PR rep write that speech for him, and he brings it up so often. Like, I did a pretty good job at writing my speech, and it's like, that wasn't written by you. But what I find,
but don't you think that the show would want to show, you know what I mean? Because they show every other side of him. They show him when he's like, I have a blank moment. There's a banana dancing in my head. Like, do you know what I mean? That's why I'm kind of like torn. I don't know.
I think it was definitely written for him. It was in proper order.
Yeah.
You know, it was large
sense.
vocabulary words. It made sense.
You guys, let's have a little more faith in Rai.
No, but you know what I'm excited about?
What are you excited about?
And confused at the same time.
Okay.
Is that, which I love, you know, I think it's super important to be involved with charity, and I think that's great that he's about, but he is the spokesperson for this Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy.
Okay.
He
Tell
is
us
going
more.
there, and but he's the spokesperson. That's it.
Okay. No, but you brought up, I just say that because before we like started taping, you told us some stuff, you know, it's because, you know, a little bit more about the disease.
We learned that like his uncle's brother died from the disease, and it was called, it's a form of muscular dystrophy. I wrote it down here somewhere.
Which is like muscle deteriation, for those who don't know.
So those who like can't, you know, they can't walk, they can't jump, and Ryan even mentions, you know, he's like
Duchenne, and it affects one. Sorry, I was trying to see how to pronounce it, but it affects 1 in 3,600 people. And the thing that's scary is it's generally inherited. And so it's in Lochte's family, which makes me sad. I mean, God, hopefully, you know, nothing would happen.
Or to anyone out there.
But I thought that was kind of scary, you know?
It's a big number.
But at the same time, he says, you know, it's really dear to his heart. And it was nice to see that kind of side of him being involved with charity. And my favorite part, he's like, I'm going to wing the speech, you know?
Well, my favorite part...
He's accepting an award. He's just winging the speech.
It was a very like nice and touching speech, and I think that they didn't let him just like mumble through it because it wasn't about him and him looking stupid. It is about like the charity and the organization.
Yeah, and I like the point that Alex brought up before the show is that people with this particular disease can actually swim.
Yeah.
And so then we see him, we see Ryan in such a different light. He's talking to this little boy, and this little boy's telling him, you know, how he wants to play baseball. And like, Jeff, you're smiling right now. Like, that's a huge deal. And the kid's like, well, you know, like, would you ever want to swim? And he's like, yeah, can you hook me up? He's like, yeah, I'll get you some nice Lochte goggles. And bam, the America loves Lochte again.
I know.
You know? So it was like, I don't know. I really, really liked this episode. And the whole charity event really did show me a different side to him. And you know what? I genuinely do think, you know, he may or may not have written the speech, but compared to other people that are spokespersons for other charities, I think he really does care about this one.
Yeah, you could see that it really, you know, I mean, it warmed my heart just watching it, but you could see that it really touched him. This whole, you know, as soon as he got there, and he really was all about like the people. And even in his speech, he said, you know, like, everyone sees me as the champion, but you're all the champions, the one sitting here. And it was so nice to see that side of him because, you know, we saw some of it in the first episode. You know, we saw his relationship with his mom and saw that he loved his family, and he had that kind of kinder side to him. It's not just all fun and games. But in this episode, we really like dug down deep and saw him where he thrives at his charity and what he loves. So it was
That was really nice.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean that genuinely.
Jeff, just being genuine for once.
Well, Jeff, that's really, really good. Well,
let's talk about the blank moments. Though.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about
because I just want to moving on. I mean, if you want to move on,
no, go ahead.
But I think we need to address that because the producer stops him and he says, "So what happens in those blank moments?"
Well, the funny part is that he's actually answering a question about him and his mom, and then he's like, "Yeah," and then me and my mom.
And they happen a lot.
And they go, "This happens a lot, Ryan. What's going on up there?"
Yeah. And he goes, I don't even know how to explain it. I just see a dancing banana across my... And we're like, what?
And by the way,
what does that even
I love the producers of this show and that put it together for putting the banana in there. And I love that the second time they do it, the banana sunglasses, and Jeff's like, "What's the banana doing there?" I'm like, "Jeff, it's his head."
It's his blank moment.
It's like edited like a joke, though, the whole show.
It's not.
The blank moments are to me like when the little like rain ball is spinning on your computer and it's like loading the web page. Hold. Okay, keep loading.
Oh my God.
Your face. No, that was really funny. I think another funny point, if we're like bringing up random funny points, is when they're playing golf in the very, very beginning of the episode and his shirt says "golf sucks."
Yeah, he's a character.
I'm sorry, that's so funny.
That's why it's hard to take
so
him seriously for situations like that. But like
any guy, like kind of, I don't know.
What about when his mom, he's getting his suit fitted and he has his wingspan and he's like 78 and like his
she's
mom
like,
goes,
"How much
well,
is
Phelps at 79 inch?" And he goes, "Mom, you're on my team." I love it. I love their relationship.
I know their relationship is honestly so amazing. And then we even see like after the DC trip, he's like, they do a little montage. He's like, "That was a great DC trip. I hung out with my mom," and they show them and their mom together. And so he's home in Gainesville and he wants to take his mom out to lunch. But he has a surprise for her. And the surprise is a brand new car. And he tells his mom, "You're the backbone of this family." And his mom's like, no, like, "I just want Ryan, like, you guys make me proud," being the humble, amazing mom, America's mom that she is. And so he gets her a car. How do we feel about that, Jeff?
It was very nice. And no, I'm serious.
Really, though?
I thought it was like a very nice moment and touching and like very genuine. I've maybe used that word 3 million times today. But it was a very genuine moment.
It was really nice to see him kind of give back. And this whole episode is about him giving back with the charity, to his mom.
Yeah, this is like a big PR.
Giving back to America with his
PR
looks.
stunt?
I think so.
Why? See, you guys think it's like great. I'm like, why is it taking him this long to buy his mother a car? And he
waiting for
lives
the
in her
show.
house. Was he? And then it wasn't even a luxury vehicle, which just goes to show how people live in
Naz the
Gainesville.
gold digger is coming back.
No, it's people in Gainesville, Florida.
Okay.
Who don't care. I know, I'm so mean. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna be very honest here.
Okay. We hope that you're
honest.
honest this entire time, Jeff.
Everything else is BS. This is the fact. A small part of me cannot help but think that the charity event and like this cause that he's got into was like just part of like his PR person being like, "Okay, you're in the public eye. Now you need a charity to help," and like you need to be associated with this because you're.
Are you talking about? You're talking about the charity event?
Yeah, and like him. Like,
I don't
being
know. I
part of
think
that.
he's been spokesperson for this charity for a while.
Has he?
I think.
I don't know. I
that
just think
for
it like
certain.
it really helps his image and looks really, really good and like would be smart if he did not have it.
So
already.
you're pretty much saying that you think he's a phony and that he doesn't care. Because I was saying 5 minutes ago that I genuinely do think that he cares about this philanthropy.
I think he does, and I think they were like very smart in choosing this cause as
Okay.
opposed to others.
Okay.
And then they
it's
said,
very.
now
It's
go full
extremely
force.
fitting.
Yeah.
Okay, but his uncle did.
Well, think about it. He's been involved with the Olympics for a while now, like besides just winning, like training and being a part of the organization, all of that. So for a while, he's kind of been in the public eye, whether or not he's won the medals.
Right.
So he's had to kind of, I feel like all the athletes get involved with charities. I think that's, especially with the Special Olympics and all of those kinds of things, like athletes and charities come together a lot. So yes,
Jeff's
I
like,
do
yeah,
think
for their tax return.
No.
no,
but
but
see-
so I do think that while, yes, it's very fitting for him, I think that it's kind of what goes along with the territory is, yeah, you join a charity and
give it
think
the
about it.
exposure that you
If
can
someone
give it.
said to you, okay, you need, PR, you need to join a charity now.
You would
But
think of something close to your heart.
Yes, you think something that is close to your heart, that you
But that
are
doesn't mean
associated with.
that doesn't make it any more meaningless.
No, I just think that it's kind of like what he's supposed to do next, which is great. And I think that this kind of just fit him. I think that it's been part of his family. He's probably it's on his mind often. And especially the best part is that the only thing they can do is swim.
Yeah.
And he's a swimmer, an Olympic swimmer. And a gold medalist.
The only thing that caught me off guard is, I don't know if you guys caught on to this, but, he's getting his suit, tailored for his suit or whatever, and he's like, I'm going to lobby. And I'm like, oh my God, like a lot of people don't lobby. But then he goes and he's accepting an award. So did you guys catch, did he say that he was accepting an award in the beginning? I'm thinking he's going to Washington, to be like, make this the new law, like, like help these people. But he's like, actually accepting an award for himself.
Yeah, no, I also thought he was gonna like sneak like terminology into like a new like Obamacare bill or something, and then I was caught off guard by that.
I think
Kind
he
of,
just
right?
was joking, guys. I think he was just like, I'm going to lobby.
Like maybe he doesn't know what lobbying means.
Maybe.
Oh.
But I think he was just kind of joking, like, I'm going to D.C., I'm going to lobby, I'm going to be part of politics. But the whole point of him is accepting an award for his involvement in the charity. So,
Yeah, which is very nice.
which is why they went to D.C. So I think he had to know that he was going there to
Yeah.
accept an award.
No, I think his motives were good, and like either way, like it does bring light to like a very bad disease.
Yeah, that's true. Well, in this episode, besides obviously it's mostly about his mom, and we don't have to, I mean, this is going to be like obviously very brief, but we do meet not a new character, but we meet Gene, right? Gene's his name?
Who's Gene?
His best friend in the beginning, who's also his assistant.
Yeah, we saw him a little bit in the first episode playing flag football and stuff, but we didn't really see them one-on-one.
Yeah,
So, but we
so-
see it in this episode, yeah.
Yeah, but it's nice to see like Ryan, just because I feel like the first episode was mainly about his family, like an outside person, and like he hangs out with Ryan,
Yeah.
and he even says he's like Ryan's the same guy, and this is why I'm bringing it up. He said Ryan is the same guy he was before he even got famous. So how do you guys think? True or false?
I think very true. Like, and I thought it was so interesting too. Like the nice, friendly, like mom-loving Ryan that we see with his mom is the same one we kind of see with Gene. Like he's a very like nice and open guy with his friends and like loved ones.
Alex?
I think it
is
goes
a vibe.
back. No, and I think it goes back to that he doesn't really know any better. Like, if Ryan Lochte was going to change being famous, I don't think he has. I'm going to stop right there, but. I don't think he has the intellectual capacity, so to speak, to change completely now that he's in the public eye. I think Ryan Lochte, as we said in the first episode, he is what he is. So
Or maybe he doesn't want to change. Maybe it's not until
yes, we could be hopeful like that, but at the same time, I think he's a down-to-earth kind of realist who he is what he is. Like Lochte's gonna be Lochte as we know
Right.
him.
Yeah, that's
whether or
true.
not
Which is one of
he's
his
famous.
like endearing qualities. I
Yeah,
believe.
and he's like
definitely.
even like the typical big brother by like telling Devin that he had to be at the airport like an hour.
Oh, God.
Ugh, I'd be so mad if someone woke me up
so
that early.
immature.
So funny.
So
Grow
great.
up.
I don't know. Honestly, like his family's so close knit, and it was cute. And actually, I wanted to bring up that he like tweeted a couple hours ago that his brother Devin like made him dinner. So I guess like him and Devin are really close.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
what
cute.
was on the menu? Did you?
I don't
catch
know.
that?
I kind of tweeted him back. I was like, send me a pic. What'd you make him? But then I realized it's like, I don't know,
Much
all hours of
later.
the night on the East Coast. Yeah.
East Coast, Schmeast Coast.
All right, so let's talk about the little, because in these episodes we're really lucky because when they do like next week prediction, and this isn't our predictions, but when they give us a
A brief
sneak
sneak
peek
peek, yeah.
of next week, they kind of give us a lot.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, I'm really excited about this next episode coming up because they show him swimming and Jamie, we get to meet Jamie, which you didn't think that
You're
Jamie
right.
was going to come, and so I was so excited.
I retract that statement.
I don't know.
But yeah,
what
I'm
do you-
excited to meet her. I'm excited to see her face. None of the previews showed that.
I know, that's actually like
She
really
looks
smart.
pretty cute from the back, and sorry, was that
From
was
the
that
back.
weird?
Jaya, can we get a little Jaya?
I
Jaya.
didn't mean it like that, guys. What I meant is that
Wait,
She has beautiful
what do you
hair.
mean? Because he even said in this episode, he's like, I don't care. Like, I don't have a type. They can be redhead, green.
that was
He
the
pretty much
best.
says his type is anything on two legs. So,
No,
I mean,
what
I guess
I'm
it doesn't
saying-
matter what Jamie
I
looks
was
like.
saying is that she looks pretty from the back. I didn't mean that in any kind
Elaborate,
of sexual
please.
way. I meant that she looks cute. She's small. She's petite. She has long brown hair. Just my type. But
You
when
just
I'm,
described Naz.
yes.
Oh, hey.
What's the J stand for, Jamie? J Naz Perez?
Jacqueline?
Oh, I thought you were Jamie. Sorry.
We're getting some
I'm
exclusive
You
kidding.
after.
Dang.
obsessed with the name Jamie?
Jamie.
Anyways, bringing it
so
back,
yes, I'm excited to see
she
her.
definitely. I'm excited to see her, and she looks pretty from the back. So hopefully, she's a cute girl from the front. Not that it's important, because it's all about what's inside.
No, it's not at all. He's Ryan
Lochte's
Lochte.
super attractive.
He's
and
the
I don't think he
sexiest
would-
man in the- in the world.
And I don't think he would be dating anyone less.
I don't know.
I don't know either, because
Because I thought he would have bought his mom a Mercedes, and I thought
What kind of
I thought a
car
lot
was
of
that?
I don't know. Was it a? Please don't
couldn't
tell me it was
tell.
a Ford Fusion. Please don't tell me it's a Ford.
hey, what's wrong with Ford Fusion?
I don't know, but when Reese Witherspoon coupled over one, I was like, "Come on, homegirl!" Like that's just like not okay.
But I definitely am excited to see her.
I don't know. I feel like what's his sister's name? that's like so overprotective.
Margaret?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she might be in.
Margaret. That is not-
What are these names that you're coming up with? I feel like she's gonna be so like overprotective of Jamie.
No, they all like Jamie. We saw it in the first episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know. Then I guess.
I want to see them interact.
Yeah, me too.
Is that weird?
No, it's not.
I'm excited for that.
Obviously they're gonna.
I just want to see like
they're
how
gonna
they
interact.
talk.
It's a
I know. I
show.
want to see like what it's like when he like likes a girl.
But I know, in the first episode we talked about like the Lochte-isms. There were a few we saw in here, like when he was getting his hair cut. He says like the only way to get a haircut is if it's. I wish I wrote it down. It's like, but he talked about his haircut.
We're so prepared
and we
today.
saw how he had his long hair.
Yeah. Ew. Oh my god.
How do you feel about that long hair?
That was not okay. Jeff likes it.
Cut it all.
You like it? I kind of liked it when it was spiked. Not when it was like long to
No.
hear it, but did you see when it was kind of spiked? It wasn't bad.
I don't know. I feel like he looks like that, like surfery. I don't know. He looks like what he actually. That longer hair makes more sense. Does that make sense? Kind
Yeah.
of.
Oh, like
I
along
like.
with
It's
his
like I get it
voice
now.
and-
It's like full circle. But his like new haircut's like this new famous Ryan Lochte. He's hot, but like inside he's like really shaggy long hair Ryan Lochte. No, does anyone get that?
No, I totally get that. The voice.
Anybody? All right.
Jit. All right, well, there is another social media challenge this week. Should I talk about that?
All right, let's
News and
get into
gossip.
some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So, each week Ryan's having his social media challenge, and this week Ryan wants to get in the White House, and so he wants you to tweet him with hashtag Lochte for Perez, P-R-E-Z, and he's challenging fans to come up with a campaign slogan for his presidency.
So we decided to come up with a couple of our own.
Yeah.
Jeff,
I got one.
Well, actually, yours is Alex. Let's hear it. I'll say mine first because mine's the worst.
Okay, go.
Okay, mine's live free or yeah, trying. Wait, can I get the little yeah? No, no one's listening to me.
Jit. Gotcha. What about like choosy moms choose Jit?
No, the other good
Do
one.
the other one. You.
Oh, this was written in
so mean.
Ryan's tone of voice. I love my mom. You have a mom.
That's amazing. I think that's so funny.
And I have a little slogan that resembles our current President Obama slogan.
All right.
Yeah, we can.
I like that.
Hashtag Lochte for Prez.
Yeah, seriously.
But let's have all our fans out there, if you're watching, if anyone's watching,
Anyone
you should
out there.
definitely join that challenge and hashtag Lochte for Prez because it's super important to get us involved.
And you should also remember to watch AfterBuzz TV online, and now you can watch it on your iPad and iPhones and download it on iTunes.
Super exciting.
Sure can.
Super exciting.
And winner of that challenge gets $2,000.
Really?
No, I made that up.
I was like,
You
wait,
just
what?
they just say that Lochte acknowledges you.
He'll retweet this
yeah,
one.
retweet it.
What could be
He
better in
retweets
life?
it, or the guy that wrote his speech retweets it?
Ryan will. Ryan's
Well, I think he wrote his speech.
ghost blogger will do it.
All right. Well, nice on the. Any more news? Is that it for
No,
news?
not
Well,
at
let's
all.
go into
Oh.
prediction.
Okay. Sure.
What were you gonna say, Alex?
I was saying that you should touch on how
AfterBuzz
the
TV.
ratings kind of.
Predictions.
Oh, well, we read something on the ratings before we go to predictions. Sorry, guys. We read something on the ratings, and I guess they're kind of down significantly less than the first episode. So I don't know. I think now that maybe we're going to see Jamie coming up in this third
Yeah.
episode,
There's
and
been
it's a
so
girl,
much, like, hype
Ryan
about
Lochte and a girl. Like, come on, he's like the hottest bachelor in America. I think. Hopefully more people will tune in. I mean,
that could-
obviously we'll be watching.
That could
so.
be your prediction.
Okay. Well,
We could bring it into
there's my
prediction.
prediction.
Yeah.
You go, Glenn Coco. What's your prediction, Alex?
Mine was along with Jamie too. I'm excited that we get to finally meet her. But I do think that she's, as you said, is going to be, or you said we weren't going to see her
Last time, yes.
last time.
So you were
I've changed
wrong.
that.
But yeah, I want to
yes.
go along with that. I think Jamie will be involved more, and I don't know how it's going to affect like Lochte's, Playboy status, because if Jamie's there, he can't really be Ryan Lochte. So I'm excited to see what's going to. I think it's going to cause some stress between them.
I think you're right, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I have been wrong in the vast past of our after shows for Ryan Lochte, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal with Jamie. I think she'll come, she'll do the episode, and like she'll probably go back to London.
Well, I think clearly she's gonna go back, but I think his family's gonna be like, no, like you need to
Yeah.
stay with her, and I think it's gonna maybe, like you're right, cause some tension between him and Jamie because he's gonna be like, I like you, but like I'm trying to be single, and like you live so far. I don't know. I think you're right about that, Alex. Jeff,
you.
I always think you're
But
right.
I
That's
also
so
think,
mean.
you know, we saw in the sneak peek in the very first episode, we saw that kind of montage of the entire season. We saw him kissing someone. So
We also saw him sitting next to Paula Abdul, so.
and
Really?
No,
Not Paula Abdul.
Carmen Electra. How could you mix those two females?
Oh my God,
up?
I'm so sorry. I don't know. I was thinking about Paula Abdul today. That one song she sang came
Now
on.
tell me, do you really
Wanna love me forever? Yeah, that song was on today, and someone mentioned her name, and so it was in my head. Sorry.
Okay, back to Lochte and Carmen Electra. I don't think he's kissing Carmen Electra though. I think it's definitely Jamie.
Okay. Well,
no,
that's good.
I don't know. Jamie's
No?
unimportant to me.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Well, those are our predictions. Thank you guys for tuning into AfterBuzz TV, Episode 2, What Would Ryan Lochte Do? Be sure to tune in next week. My name's Naz Perez. You can find me on Twitter at JNazPerez and Instagram at Naz Perez.
And you can find me on both of those as well as Jeff Masters 1.
And you can find me as well at Alex Schiffman.
Yippee! Chip.
So excited. Thanks guys
Yeah,
for watching.
thanks
Yep.
for watching, guys.
See you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.